So I thought I'd give some initial impressions about the recently released Them's Fighting Herds, which is now in early access. I was hoping to do this earlier, but just due to health, had to put it on hold for a while. I had access to the beta, and only got the release in early access. Now originally it was due to get a full release, but apparently due to some delays with getting the story mode, and it's still unfinished, so they decided to put it into early access. This is just based on what I've played so far. But the first thing I'll say about is, well, the elephant in the room. Well, perhaps cow or horse perhaps, but it's the aesthetic, and that's going to put a lot of people off. While the quality of the art, the work and the animation and the effects, while they're unfinished, and the music as well is especially good, but the whole idea of cutesy animals fighting each other is going to be a deal breaker no matter how good the gameplay is. A lot of people were kind of wishing they worked on a more traditional style of fighting game, and I was one of those as well, because I had played the My Little Pony fighting game and that was great fun, but I do wish that they had actually gone and made a more traditional kind of fighting game. And that My Little Pony fighting game, which Main 6 originally worked on, got canned due to potential lawsuits, but the creator of the series, I think her name's Lauren Fast, saw what they did and offered to help with designing new characters and a story, and they jumped at the chance. And to be honest, I think having that kind of having someone who's involved in a TV show involved in the game, I figured that's kind of why they went for that way rather than a more traditional fighting game. So the game is using the Skullgirls Z engine, which Main 6 could use for free. Originally it was a stretch goal during the Skullgirls DLC character campaign that was on Indigo a long time ago. So a lot of things you may see may have a certain Skullgirls vibe, especially the amount of training options, the loading screen. But the combat is a little bit different though, because it's got a 4-button layout, 3 attack buttons and a special button unique to each character, which I guess kind of does a bit remind me of the drive button in Blaze Blue. You have the usual special moves and super moves, and the juggling does feel similar to Skullgirls, though the one big difference is the way they handle infinite combos in Skullgirls. I believe if you repeated certain combo strings during the combo, your opponent would flash a colour and they can burst out of the combo at any time, I think it's by pressing any button. In this game, initially I thought that worked the same way, but it doesn't. It works on a kind of juggle decay system where each hit hands to a number, and once you get to a certain number, the opponent flashes a colour, but they cannot burst out of it. It just means that they drop or fall to the ground a lot faster. So that's the way their infinite prevention works. At the moment there is only 6 characters, with at least one DLC character coming out. It is missing the story mode, and there are other elements to complete, such as the arcade mode, animations, effects, voices, which is why it did not get the full release and just released into early access. Each of the 6 characters do feel different, but I do feel that some of them, I wish there was just a few more special moves, just to add that bit more to them. And also I do feel that each character needs more super moves. Each character only has 2. I think there might be one that has 3, but I know with the 2 super moves, you do the first move and the second move is actually doing a motion while doing the first one, so it's like a combined super move. But I feel like I really would like 1 or 2 more super moves, perhaps even super moves that use 2 bars straight off which are different, perhaps even 3 bar ones as well, just add that bit more variety. Online uses GPO, so it is rock solid, and it even has a pretty awesome lobby mode made to look like a retro game with things to collect, and does actually include tie-ins with Skullgirls, Guilty Gear and Blaze Blue. I played it for a while and I've had fun with it. I'm quite glad I backed it as well, so it actually isn't too bad. I've had fun with the game and I'm glad I backed it. It is a very well made fighting game, and it was a decent price. I think it's about €15 now. The big thing is going to be it'll continue to support the game, add the content, and I think if they do that, they do well. It does need more characters, it does need polishing up, and while I don't see the game ever going to EVA or anything like that, I think it could get a decent following. But I'll probably revisit this game again, perhaps in 6 months, just to see how it's getting on, and we'll go from there.